L-theanine is an amino acid that's in matcha, and it interferes with how caffeine is absorbed. So when you drink coffee, you have the caffeine in it. That's a vasoconstrictor. So that's why you get your heart palpitations, like you're actually restricting the blood flow. Headaches, sweats, all that stuff, jitters. It's from the restriction of the blood vessels. But L-theanine is a vasodilator. So it basically undoes all of the negative effects of caffeine. So you don't get palpitations, you don't get heart crashes or rises. It retards and slows the absorption rate of the caffeine.
This is the No Prisoners podcast. I'm Andrew. This is Gilmar. We're here with Marc, who owns the fine establishment we're in right now. But before we talk about that, we got to talk about happy hour, the last Wednesday of the month. The month is May. I'm not sure what the last Wednesday is, but we make it the last Wednesday of every month. So you never need to know what day it is or remember it. It's just the same every month.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a leap year, but not at all. Anyway, we're here with Marc, who owns the mysterious place that we're in. This is, I'm gonna try. I panicked. I told you I'd freeze. It's Ooika.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get some claps in the chat.
Turn my claps up.
My bad.
Anyway, welcome.
Thank you.
Hi. Gilmar set this podcast up, so we'll let him get in a second. But I gotta ask about this crazy machine and whatever you're milling in the back here. I guess would be matcha.
We had a customer the other day and came in and said, "Is this the ice cream machine? Is this where you make ice cream?" This is the stone mill that grinds tea leaves into matcha powder.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so. I guess just getting right into it, we'll start at the very beginning. What is matcha? Because I have no idea what it is, other than the reading I did last night. Which leads me to believe that like a good amount of people that will listen, or at least on our end of the show, might not know what it is.
Yeah. So put simply, matcha is a very specific type of powdered green tea. So you can't take any green tea and just grind it into powder and call that matcha. So in order to be matcha, it needs to be made from a very specific type of unrefined green tea called tencha. It needs to be from Japan, like grown in Japan. And it needs to be shaded before harvesting. So they cover the bush. Sounds like a euphemism for something. They cover the bush for 20 days.
I'm glad it wasn't me.
Before they harvest. So those three things make matcha after you grind it into powder.
Why is it covered?
That's a great topic that I can go into. But put simply, covering it reduces the astringency and the bitterness and increases the savoriness, which is called umami. And there's like a chemical reaction that causes that.
Sounds like we're getting into the chemistry weeds there.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we got to backtrack. We can't get into the weeds.
Not yet.
Podcast.
Not yet. Sorry, everyone.
How long have you been here? We're in Lawrenceville.
Yeah.
You've been here for a while?
I've been here for 30-something years.
What do you think this guy's name is?
We're closed. I'm sorry.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast, sir.
Yeah. All right.
No problem.
All right, thanks so much. Sorry about
Yeah.
that. You need a director? Sorry?
Do you have experience in directing?
Sure.
Okay. He did say that was going to happen. You know, he's like, people
That
might
guy's
come in.
name's definitely like
Chris.
I think it's Chris. I'm gonna go with Mike.
He looks like a Mike.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mic him up like that.
Damn, that's true.
Yeah.
Mike or Chris.
Totally derailed the show.
Yeah.
Mike. He has no directing.
Oh, now Marc doesn't care. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. No, I'm kidding.
I feel a little embarrassed.
No, it's fine.
he's like, what do I do with my hands?
He's texting his mom.
I'm gonna text
I'm
Japan.
actually texting my staff being like, come help. Literally, help.
Yeah. Sorry, where were we?
Shit, we're talking about matcha.
It's a beautiful Monday afternoon. The weather is great outside, and we're at Ooika in Lawrenceville, Pennsylvania, or New Jersey. We're
Lawrenceville, Pennsylvania.
We're branching out into New Jersey. We're normally Bucks County's greatest investigative journalist, but
That's true.
I'm told we're in Mercer County.
We are in Mercer County.
Investigating matcha.
Oh, that's what you asked. How long have we? So I've been here pretty much forever, Lawrenceville, but the shop's been open 6 weeks. So it's a very new concept. But before the shop was open, we had online sales for years. So this is the first physical
Why? Like what? Like, well, first of all, how old are you that you're into this beverage? And we'll go back from there.
Wait, is it
No.
because you think matcha is like an old person thing or a young
Yeah, I
person
do.
thing?
I think it's an old person's drink, but that's my own.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, dude.
In Japan, it is.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
Dude, I stay
in
locked
Japan,
in.
Sure.
But here it's young.
Whenever I hear tea, though, across culture, I think of just like old people without
Yeah.
teeth.
Yeah, it's fair.
That's true.
That's not any sort of prejudice against the tea or anything.
No.
Or the tea culture. I know you guys are powerful. I don't want to upset like the mafia.
Second most drunk beverage. I almost said confused. Drunk beverage
Yeah.
in the world.
Is matcha?
Is tea.
Oh, it was tea.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Still beats Coca-Cola for now.
Interesting.
Coca-Cola's number 1. Oh, number 3.
Probably 3.
That's crazy.
Number 1 is just water.
Yeah.
So it's either coffee or
You would hope.
Coca-Cola.
It's definitely coffee. Cafe.
Yeah, Coke is crazy.
But in the US, matcha is definitely a young person's game.
Yeah.
It's very young. It's like Generation Z.
Is it trendy like bubble tea?
Yeah.
What's,
So, okay, here's an example, okay? So nowadays, it is not possible really to have a coffee shop that doesn't have matcha. Like every coffee shop you've gone to probably has a matcha latte. That tells you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another coffee shop that I can't say the name of, but they're in Jersey City. And they said that 40% of, and they're a high volume place in Jersey City, 40% of their sales are matcha lattes at a cafe.
Man.
That's a lot.
That is
Drink
a lot.
sales anyway.
all right. So young people are into the matcha. We'll call them the matcha mafia. What is drawing this demand from the youth or like the younger generations? I'm guessing like the millennials and younger.
I think that matcha is really attractive on social media, like visually. It's green, it's bright, it pops, it's colorful. There's a lot of elements that make it good for media where green tea doesn't look good. It's just like a yellow, clear liquid, right? So because of the social media aspect of it, influencers get into it and then everyone else kind of follows.
So you're telling me your store is thriving because people on social media want to be seen with matcha. Fundamentally.
I'd say that's probably half of it. I think the other half is that matcha is seen as a health beverage. So a lot of people who want to be healthy will buy their matcha lattes, even though, you know, they're typically filled with sugar and like milk and stuff. Matcha itself is very healthy. So I think it's a health thing and it's a visual thing.
What is healthy about matcha?
A lot. So first off, matcha has one of the highest levels of antioxidants of any food, pretty much. There are foods that have more, but super high. I don't know if this is true, but Google says that.
We're on a podcast, so if you say it, it's 100% true.
Okay, fair.
Every time.
Well, I want to be careful because if I give out numbers, I want to make sure that they're like.
Let's put a disclaimer in here. If you're trusting numbers from our podcast, that's on you.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Well, anyway, the point is that green tea is healthy because it has antioxidants. Well, matcha is green tea, but you're not just drinking an infusion. It's not just like soaking it and drinking what's left. Matcha, you're actually eating the entire leaf. So you're getting many times more of the antioxidants, the phytochemicals, the polyphenols, the L-theanine. L-theanine is like a amino acid that's super good for your brain. And in the US, there's not a lot of studies on tea and matcha, but in Japan, there's so many like elaborate, comprehensive analyses. Nice. On matcha and green tea and sort of the benefits, you know, to you. And it makes sense that it's in Japan, not here, because we don't have like an extensive history of drinking matcha like they do. So they spend a lot more time kind of looking in the health benefits, but it's very good for you. So people here, I think, care about that to a degree and buy matcha as a result.
Yeah. Yeah, I also think the product you sell, I mean, I told Andrew this probably might not mean anything to him because he hasn't had it yet, but this is the best matcha I've ever had. And I've been drinking matcha for, I would say, the past 2 years. I first got into it because I saw someone on YouTube was eating at random food trucks, and then they created their own matcha restaurant. And to me, I was like, what the hell is a matcha? And I never tried it.
Yeah.
Then I gave it a shot one day, and I remember it was kind of seaweedish, and I thought it was a little weird because I drank it hot. But then after a while, I got used to it. But But in my 2 years of consuming matcha, I think this is probably the best place. And
You sounded like an addict.
what?
In my 2 years of consuming matcha.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
What? How's would I say it?
I don't
Drinking
know.
matcha?
You
I
just
guess
said
maybe
It
consuming.
was just so official. It made me feel weird.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
Don't do
I'll
that.
say something ghetto.
That's not
I'll
what
bring
at all
it
what I
back.
was saying, dude. Oh my god! For those listening, Gilmar's way educated and doesn't even stoop to that level. But matcha, what did you were just sampling it because you were curious, or what led you to matcha?
Yeah, so it was at Amsterdam Coffee Bar. Don't mean to plug another place, but it's in Bucks County. Good friend Dale, and it's the first place I saw where it was accessible to me. So I thought, oh, let me give it a shot, and it was very good. And then I had it here, and I was like, damn, this is like the other matcha was great, but this is another level. And I think it's maybe because of the process.
Good step back there. You almost said Dale's matcha's trash.
No, I never said that. Would never say that.
Well,
but
I feel if you're gonna open a business and you specialize in a product, it's probably just naturally better because you guys don't serve coffee or things like that, right?
Nope.
So you're 100% on the tea.
Yep.
Do you guys serve any food or anything like that?
Yeah, we do.
But in limited
it's very limited. It's just like sweets and stuff that pairs well with matcha or uses our matcha. Yeah, like
Okay.
cookies and things.
Do you have like any sort of like, because you pretty much have like your sales space here. Do you have like a place where you make that product, or do you just buy everything from other partnered like businesses?
So everything we have is made in-house. The exception are two things. One, the wagashi. Wagashis are these like red bean confectionaries. They're very traditional. And that's made by a Japanese craft person in Philly who brings them up fresh. And then the cookies that use our matcha is made in a commercial kitchen by a partner of ours. And we collaborate with them to do special flavors and also the matcha cookies. And they're baked fresh.
it's Justin Bakes, right?
Yeah.
Dude, every time I come in here, I get something. It's so good. Contract.
Can you come back in like 30 minutes? Thanks, Bill. I'm sorry, everyone. We're very popular right now.
Yeah.
With contractors.
It kind of makes you more official. Like if you had a rock star on the show, you'd expect rock star stuff.
Yeah.
This is that tea life.
All the contractors love us.
Yeah. It's the fame that the tea life brings.
Yeah. Another thing about the tea life is these small stools.
Yeah.
Is that tea life?
Is it tea life? I
Is
don't
this
know.
like a very like traditional height? I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie.
Feel very loaded
I like
down.
it too. The layout of the shop and the stools and all the furniture is just like Amazon. Like whatever was cheap and easy and kind of matched the wood trim. There wasn't a lot of effort to make it like anything fancy.
Well, it feels very natural,
Yeah.
despite the fact that we've totally like taken over your shop with all of our stuff.
I love it. It's really cool.
It's a different thing.
What like you went with like a very natural aesthetic for like the inside. Did you kind of have like a vision for this, or did you get help here, or like what was like who was the inspiration behind all this?
So the only thing here that's really important are the walls. So the walls are a special type of material, which we can talk about later. But I just wanted to have light wood and very clean and simple. And I also didn't want it to be too Japanese because I'm not a Japanese person. So
You're not.
as surprising as that
If you're listening, he's not Japanese.
is. So
That'd be so funny if somebody listened to this whole podcast and didn't realize you weren't Japanese.
it's like, wait a minute. So to that end, I didn't want to make it like stuffy and formal and like a tea house. This is more like a cafe, but it does have kind of a Japanese tilt to it. So that was sort of the idea. Just keep it clean, minimal, simple, not overly Japanese.
Yeah. So I actually do want to ask you about the walls because I remember reading about it on your. I think no, you put it on your Instagram.
Yeah.
And I kind of saw a small video on it, but I mean, how are the walls made? Why were they made this way?
So the walls are called shikui, and it's a Japanese plaster that they use. Shikui.
Shit kui.
With a K.
Shikui.
Kui.
Yeah, my first go at it was a little dangerous.
Yeah, it's fine though. You fine-tuned it.
Spicy.
Yeah.
It's cool. But the walls, they're made out of Japanese limestone mixed with seaweed. And then that's all blended together, mixed together, and put up on the walls. And they're sort of like a humidity battery. So when it's below 40% humidity in the room, they release humidity, and when it's above 40%, they absorb. And that helps control the, you can see over there, temperature and humidity gauge on the mill, because you have to mill matcha under very specific conditions. So the walls help maintain that.
Yeah, because if it dries out too much, it'll get too fine.
Well, what will happen is static electricity becomes too much of a problem.
Oh.
And the matcha just like clings to everything.
Oh, okay.
And if it's too humid, then the milling doesn't really mill properly.
I don't know why when he said static electricity, I thought there was an explosion involved. Like the matcha just blew out. Like you got to keep matcha at the right moisture or it explodes.
Yeah, dude. Nuclear power
Very
plant.
volatile.
Now I would understand why so many people drink it.
Yeah.
Because it's living on the edge. It's like that sushi that if you eat like one of the
Fugu.
1,000, what is it?
Fugu.
Fugu?
The
Where you get
sushi
poisoned. Yeah. Yeah, so fugu. Yeah, we're getting cultured on this
What is
podcast.
that made out of? Blowfish or something? Yeah, right. Is it
Pufferfish?
pufferfish? Yeah.
Pufferfish, yeah. Would
Damn.
you eat that?
Probably.
Yeah.
I try it once.
I would talk you into it. Don't worry.
Yeah, I try it once.
Yeah, have you eaten it?
I have.
Yeah. See,
I didn't die.
Okay.
Yeah, he's alive.
He's okay. We'd bring you back.
Yeah.
You actually, your tongue and your lips get really numb. Like you feel a tingling. from it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
It doesn't taste very good.
No.
No.
So you did it just to do it, or?
It was on the menu, so I ordered.
You didn't know what you ordered, or
I knew. Yeah, but I didn't care what would happen.
Yeah, he was just trying it out.
Mark lives dangerously.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marc's a doer, man. He's a go getter.
Easy on the doer.
Oh yeah, maybe doer's not good. I don't know.
But you're going to Japan pretty soon, you said?
Yeah, I go back in a week from now for the spring harvest.
Yeah. Spring harvest of what? The tea leaves?
Yeah. So there's a process called chatsumi, and it's literally picking the tea by hand. And very little tea in Japan is picked that way. It's like less than, I don't know, 3, 4, or 5% something.
Is it a flex to be like, I only drink hand-picked tea? Because I'm totally
I don't think
gonna say
anyone
that.
would care. Again, in Japan, tea is not trendy. It's not like here. It's very much an old person's beverage. Everyone drinks coffee there. Like the young, cool, hip people drink coffee. So
Okay.
tea is not.
Would you ever move to Japan and open a coffee shop?
No.
No.
I don't really care about coffee.
Okay.
But I would like to open an Ooika in Japan at some point. That'd be cool. I could only open it in like a tourist district because, Japanese would be not interested, I don't think.
Yeah.
For 2 reasons. One, I'm not Japanese and I'm opening a Japanese tea place in Japan.
Yeah.
But 2, it's just not very popular there.
You just roll in and associate as.
Yeah.
Just be like, I'm Japanese. You guys can't tell me. But
Just change my last name and never show my face.
Yeah.
if you could have a Japanese last name, what would it be?
It would be Nishikawa.
Ishikawa.
All right.
Yeah.
Mark Nishikawa.
It just came to my head.
that
West
hit hard,
River.
dude.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I like the name Yamamoto.
Oh, it's a good one.
a good
Yamamoto.
one.
Yeah.
Damn, that one's cool as hell, dude.
Who was it in Tekken? What was the guy's name? Yoshiku or something? That'd be a cool
Oh,
name.
it's been a minute
yeah,
since
I
I
don't
could
remember.
throw
You know what I'm
down
talking
Tekken.
about, though, right? The samurai.
Yeah, but I
yeah.
do not remember,
Yeah.
man.
think
I
Yoshiku.
low key thought you were just gonna say like, oh man, my last name would be Skyline.
What the
And
hell?
I'm like, dude, that's not.
It's not
Don't.
Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Yeah. Would so are you like this business here is because you are that much about matcha, or you saw an opportunity because the matcha market was growing, or you're just into Japanese culture? Like what brought you to this business?
Matcha.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a long story. So when I first got into tea a decade ago, there was no interest at all in tea, Japanese tea here. Like it wasn't cool. Like Starbucks hadn't really brought it over and made it popular. And when I opened this shop, originally I did the financial analysis to figure out like what volume would we have, and I estimated we get about 10 to 20 customers a day, and I was completely wrong. So I kind of accidentally found a niche that is growing.
So you thought you
That
were going
wasn't
to
the
open
point.
like a chill matcha shop that had like a steady flow of people, locals or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's actually turned into
A monster.
yeah.
Well, originally I just needed the space so I can mill matcha and sell online. And I figured we'd have a few people that would come in and maybe get a bowl of matcha or get a matcha latte every once in a while. And it was just going to be me working here. I wasn't going to have staff, anything. And
So you basically got into matcha 10 years ago because you had a matcha addiction and you needed to find a way to like just continue getting involved in the product.
Yeah, I got into tea 10 years ago, and I
not
got
necessarily
into not yeah, exactly. And then I got into matcha specifically, and I had no idea that it would kind of become what it is. And I didn't even think that, even though I knew matcha was growing recently, I didn't think that we would get any substantial amount of customers here.
What is it like? Why tea? Like, what led you to get into tea of all things?
That's where all the girls are, man.
Yeah, damn it, dude.
We're in the wrong
That's
business.
what I'm like, like, what am I missing here? Like tea?
It's actually the opposite.
It keeps the old ladies happy.
Yeah. So I moved to China, and I was dating a girl there, and her dad owned a tea house. So I spent a lot of time there and learned about it. And I didn't know at the time that tea in like China and Japan is more akin to wine. Like there's very specific growing regions that have very specific types of tea that you can only get there. And some of them are really rare, like hundreds of, I mean, you saw how expensive some of those matchas are over there, right? So there's different producers, different cultivars, different terroirs, different processing methods. And when I realized that it was more than just like a bag of tea, there's all these different flavors. Like, for example, in Chinese tea, there's something called bai ye. Bai ye is a tea that tastes like peaches. Like straight up, it tastes like biting into a summer peach. But it's just tea. They don't flavor it. There's nothing. I was like, wow, this is so cool. There's all these new aromas and flavors, and I want to, experience them. So that's what got me into it.
So were you in school and you went to China, or like how'd you find yourself in China?
No, after I graduated, I had a small company that I worked with in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and one of the people I worked with was a Chinese girl. And then we left the company after 2 years and basically took some time to go to China. And I met her family, and I hung out there for a while.
Interesting. So you were in Albuquerque. So you basically worked on aliens, and then you fled the country.
Exactly.
And you found tea, and now you're living under this assumed name, Marc.
Yep. That's the story.
I put it together, dude.
Yeah, that's incredible. That was crazy.
See how that wild?
That
I'm
was
good
crazy.
at that.
Dude, he's going to teleport out of here.
Yeah, dude. Agents are gonna pop in.
Yeah, this whole place just evaporates.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
We like show them the NDA, Marc, and they're like, just rip it up. They're like, that doesn't count where we come from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you always interested in running a business? What is your background? What did you go to school for?
I went to school for fine art.
Interesting.
So it's a little different.
Yeah.
But it's been
We're
really
peeling
helpful.
back these layers.
Yeah, dude, I want to know you.
Well, the art school stuff was really useful because, I use it because all the photos that we show and all the videos on the website kind of, I learned a little bit from school.
So it helps you market yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
And a big part of this company is the marketing, like the Instagram and the website with all the videos and photos. The problem with matcha is no one understands it. No one knows it. And the whole point of Ooika is to make it accessible.
Okay.
Right? So
you are kind of the tip of the spear of matcha in the United States in some ways, where you're kind of introducing a new product that is very much available, and the market's you're introducing it at the very beginning so that like the market can only go up from this point. But you're responsible for branding.
I don't think that I have any real influence over the market at all. Ooika is a very small company, but I think that there's not, at least from my perspective, there wasn't a lot of content or information on terroir-specific single cultivar matcha that you could access and really understand.
Okay, so you're talking about a specific tea leaf that you particularly follow.
No, I'm just talking about matcha in general.
Okay.
So with matcha, most matcha in the market is counterfeit. It's not even from Japan. It's like fake.
It doesn't have to be from Japan to be considered matcha. Okay.
So there's just a lot of information about matcha that's not well understood. For example, you've probably heard that there's culinary and ceremonial matcha, and those are formal grades. And
I have absolutely not heard that.
Okay.
We know nothing about matcha.
All right, fair.
Sorry.
But if you Google like matcha or listen to matcha influencers, they always talk about culinary and ceremonial, and like these terms are fine, but there is no formal grading of matcha. Like these are just marketing terms, but people think that these are real formal grades of matcha. And like, anyway, the point is that when I looked at content and information about matcha, all of it was very surface level or sometimes just wrong. So I wanted to make content and wanted to make Ooika a way to present information about matcha that was accurate, but also easily like digested. So our videos are kind of fun and silly and, you know, it's very visual. It's not like long, formal, thick blog posts, right?
Because nobody reads those. We post them and nobody reads ours.
Yeah.
We send them out to thousands of people every month. And a decent amount of you do open them and read through them, which is surprising to me. I never read any of that stuff. The video content to me has always been more digestible. You can snap the frames quicker. Like you can change and like present information very quickly. And then 15 seconds, you just digested a book.
Yeah.
If you do it right.
Yeah, I agree.
So you're 10 years ago, you get into tea because you're traveling. You kind of just get exposed to this. Do you speak any other languages? Just a little sidebar. No. But you've traveled a decent amount.
Yeah.
Where would you say like the world's best tea comes from?
China.
Yeah. They've got the lock on the tea market.
Yeah. But they don't do matcha.
Yeah, because it's not from Japan.
Right.
Yeah.
But as far as, in my opinion, the highest caliber of tea is going to be from like very specific places in China.
And is that due to the soil, the way they're packaging it, everything?
Yeah. So tea is originally from like Southwest China. Like that's where the bush originated from.
Okay.
And that all of the history of tea is Chinese. So tea went to India because it was stolen out of China.
So Southwest China is like the Himalayan mountains.
Yeah.
Kinda.
More towards the Sichuan side. But
That's geography, Gilmar. Get out
Okay,
of
yeah,
here.
it's something I don't know.
But yeah, basically tea is Chinese. And tea went to Japan 1,000 years ago and went to India in 1850 something. So
That
tea,
doesn't seem like that long ago.
it's
though.
very recent.
So the Indians didn't have access to tea?
No, in fact, if you heard about the Opium Wars that created Hong Kong,
Yeah.
it wasn't fought over opium; it was fought over tea. The opium was just the product the English were trying to force the Chinese to accept for the tea. So what the English, this is kind of a funny story.
So the opium was a currency.
Yeah,
So
for the tea.
So the British were peddling.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And they had the farms in India that were growing the opium. And then what they did, this is really interesting. After Hong Kong became part of England, because they won both of the opium wars, they sent in a guy named Robert Fortune, which is just such a great name, who's a botanist. They sent him into India or into China, dressed as a Chinese man. I'm dead serious.
Does he look like
No,
Chinese?
he's white.
Damn. What's his name again?
Robert Fortune.
Robert Fortune.
Yeah.
Let's get him on the pod.
Robert Fortune,
He
shout
might be
out.
dead.
Yeah, he's definitely dead.
So they sent him into China, and because no foreigners were allowed in China, and he went into China to all the tea regions and literally dug up the bushes and then stole them out of the country.
Just walk straight out of China with some tea bushes.
Yeah, and some of the producers, some of the actual farmers, they stole them out.
Willingly, or did they just kidnap a bunch of tea farmers?
The tea farmers did it willingly, but the farmers were considered property of China, like the Chinese government. So,
Of course.
you know, they weren't allowed to do that. So they took all the tea plants.
And
all
what
the
year was
people-
this?
It's like the mid 1850.
Robert Fortune sounds
like
like somebody needs to make a movie about this.
Yeah, it's
Robert
really cool.
Fortune.
So he took all of that, went to India and planted it. So that way the English wouldn't have to rely on the Chinese for the tea. And that's how all Indian tea farming began, was from this English dude. And
This is coincidental because like there's no way we can go to China right now and like steal their semiconductor plants.
Imagine.
Run across to India and be like, dude, we gotta get these chips planted.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're totally screwed. The Chinese figured out how to make a product that we can't like steal out of
Yeah.
the bushes.
That's nuts.
I wouldn't pass for Chinese, but he did. The thing is, they thought back then China was a really big country, still is, but the Chinese people that saw him just figured that he was from like a far part of China that they haven't seen before, just part of the kingdom. So that's how we got away with it.
So just being like Yeah, he's Chinese from the West. And when he got to the West, they were like, he must be from the East. Yeah, super East.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert Fortune. What a guy.
Yeah.
Shut up.
But the regions he was going to were regions that were producing great tea. And the Japanese, when they brought the tea over to Japan from China 1,000 years ago, they were looking for growing regions and terroirs that would be similar to some of the good Chinese growing regions. So, for example, really good tea is grown with diffused sunlight. Like, you don't want harsh, hot sun.
So like shaded.
Yeah.
How do they shade a big open field of like tea?
A few ways. So actually, if you look behind you, and of course no one can see this who's watching, but this is actually this year's first place winner of the national tea competition for matcha, basically.
That farm.
That specific farm.
Oh, nice.
Because the only company that offers their tea ground.
Is that picture on your website?
It is.
We'll steal it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of see the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of see
You
it.
kinda see
But that
it.
looks cool. Like, it looks very organized. So it's kind of similar to wine. If you have a grape and you take that grape into a different region,
Yeah.
and it's grown the same way but just in a different place,
Right.
it's no longer that grape
Right.
anymore. It's that other region's grape.
Right.
So
That's a terroir.
That's what a terroir is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with here, this image, you can see that there's a river, so that provides natural fog in the morning.
Okay.
Also, they build structures out of metal or bamboo, and they put tarps or rice straw on top, which shades it from the sun, which gives it the shading. But in China, some of these regions, these growing regions, have so much natural fog and have so much natural canopies of other trees that it provides natural shading.
Dang.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Have you ever been to Africa?
I haven't.
All right. Well, shit.
Not yet.
That question's going nowhere.
What were you gonna ask?
No, because like there's a lot of like tea is very customary in like cultures in like the Middle East and Africa, and they have a mint tea there. That's pretty awesome.
You've been to Africa and you had it?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
believe that.
Yeah, I believe that.
Put respect on my name.
You're a world traveler, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Qatar Airways has a really good mint drink.
They
Ever been
would.
on?
They would.
Yeah.
They have the air locked down.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Qataris.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the people to go to. You wanna
I mean,
travel
I don't know if I
nice.
would go there like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out.
They travel well, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what that was about.
I mean, Iran's shooting rockets at
Oh, okay,
Israel,
well,
dude,
let's
so
not
you
do
just
that.
went straight missiles at them again, dude.
There it is. Everything's fine, guys.
You're going to get someone triggered that's listening to this.
Oh, shit. The Lawrenceville community? No.
We're representing his business. So you how long ago did you start like hustling on the internet? And like what led you to, make that decision? Because you were obviously doing something super secretive with the aliens in Albuquerque. And then like all of a sudden you're in the tea game.
Yeah. It was a slow kind of evolution. But Ooika itself really became a focus of mine, I guess, maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago, about then. And during COVID, I got this machine the machine is originally from Japan, and I got it and started milling matcha at my house, and I was posting it like on my personal Instagram, and friends were like, "Oh, I want to try it." So then I started selling it online.
And then because you have that artistic ability, you built a nice website.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing led to another. Now you're looking into like SEO and how do you sell your product and everything like that. Wow, that's awesome. That's really cool.
Yep.
Do you do you see yourself more like growing the online presence, or do you like now that you've had this like in-store experience, like do you see yourself going more that route?
That's a really good question. Originally, it was just going to be online, and the store was just a way to mill it. But it's the market is kind of choosing for me. So the market is pushing me into focusing more on like the physical shop. I'm still going to be doing the online website and working on that. But it's pretty apparent that this concept is working. And this is something
you know that after 6 weeks, or did you have trials before that?
Well, I don't know. It could be like in a month or two, this drops off and people stop coming. But most businesses struggle to be profitable in the first year. We were profitable on the first day. So everything is good.
That's awesome.
And
Is that a testament to like your business ability, or is that
No.
the product is so
it's
good?
in spite of my business ability. There was no thought that went into it. And everything is constantly changing and shifting. And it's more just what we do, no one else does. And my obsession and our obsession with the freshness of the matcha is surprising that I was surprised to see that people really resonate with that. So to be specific, what I mean by we're the only ones that do it, so our shop, to my knowledge, is the only shop in the entire world that mills matcha fresh every day for use in our cafe drinks. So we have the world's only fresh ground matcha latte.
Shotgun.
Yeah, I remember that's you're closer to it. I remember that's what drew me into here as well, where I was like, oh shit, this sounds rare. You know, it sounds like I need to go here. And it's funny because his Instagram ad is what got me to come in.
What is it?
It was just him walking in with, it was set to a wide, or you might have shot it on your phone.
I think it's my
don't know.
360 camera.
Yeah, it was probably your
I
360.
love that camera.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, and then he was like, you know, this is the world's only. Then you said that, and I was like, damn, I got to stop in. I love matcha. I think it was at night I saw it, and then the next day I came in, and I think it came in on a Sunday, and it was their opening weekend, and it was packed. There was a lot of people here.
Damn, you're a first timer.
Yeah,
You're an OG.
maybe.
Member. Yeah.
Yeah,
You were there
maybe.
the first day?
I came in on a Sunday, so it might have been the second day.
Second day, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
but
you're day 2 guy.
yeah,
not
day
as-
two.
not
guys.
as
Second
cool.
best.
Yeah,
that's
second
cool.
best. It's all cool.
You should have changed the dates.
Yeah, just to make it. Nah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm all about honesty.
I wouldn't have remembered.
Yeah.
Could have said I was the first customer. Like, wow.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll definitely be on your podcast now.
yeah. No, the whole what you said about the machine definitely intrigued me. And you said you got this from Japan.
Yeah, so this machine was already in the U.S., but it had been shipped from Japan. And originally I was going to buy one in Japan, but there happened to be one. There's 3 of these in the world outside of Japan. So this one happened to be in the U.S. at San Francisco, and a mutual contact was able to connect me with a person who had it. And I bought it from them, so I saved a little bit on shipping. But I have 2 more of these machines that are being built right now. One is on a container ship already on the way, and the other is almost being finished. They have to make the stones now. And that'll
Stuck
be here.
in Baltimore.
Yeah.
So soon we'll have 3 of these machines. The whole wall will be them.
Oh, and is that to keep up with the production?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you said it's now a beast. Things have exploded.
Yeah, we can't meet demand.
Yeah.
Would it be better to not meet demand?
Yes, but we are so far below demand that I can't stock my website, and I also can't do wholesale.
Growing pains.
Yeah, it's pretty.
That's a good problem.
Yeah,
It's a problem nonetheless, though, because your whole business will fall apart if you don't fix it.
right.
What is a good problem? Like when you come up against those problems, you're like, oh, damn. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, we got to fix this.
Wow.
But thank God.
Yeah. So you're gonna have basically an entire wall.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
it'll be noisy in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, when that thing's running, it sounds like a rock tumbler.
Yeah,
How do you know how to operate it with all the Japanese directions and stuff on there?
it's pretty simple. There's really only an on button and an RPM to set the RPM, but the real difficulty is like kind of knowing the stones, because each stone has its own personality and requires different attention to mill, and you mill by sound. So that rumbling sound you heard, sometimes the mill will groan in certain ways, and it means something is not right. So you kind of have to be attuned to that, and all of that I learned in Japan.
Yeah. Damn. I was going to casually suggest, be like, oh, can we get an example of that? Can we just like nearly break the machine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
What, like, how many rotations per minute are we talking about here? Like, is this like a high RPM grind or?
No, it's super slow. So I grind between 45 to 55 RPM, so rotations per minute. And each stone is able to produce about 20 to 30 grams of matcha an hour. So those little jars over there that you were seeing, I
So
can
you're doing
produce,
an ounce an hour per stone.
I don't know how much an ounce is. I only know grams.
It's just shy of 30.
Oh, then yeah.
Yeah.
So I can produce one little jar per mill an hour.
Okay.
And in our drinks, we use 4 grams. We double what everyone else does. We use 4 grams of matcha to produce like a matcha latte. So if I can produce 20 grams in an hour, that means I can produce about 5 drinks an hour. So it's really tight. But I have 2 mills, so I can do 10. So I have to constantly mill, like before we open the shop and a little bit after we close, to make sure we have the volume for the customers, which we never do right now.
Yeah. I saw one day you had to close early because you had ran out.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yesterday we ran out too.
No
we
way.
just run out. It happens a lot.
Damn.
So
Get here early.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's interesting how commodities markets all kind of work the same, because like you can, like, not just to be funny, but you could interject like cocaine into this conversation, and it's like you got to think about it, everything all the same, like how many like units each stone's making, how much you need to
that's
charge.
my other
like,
business.
I knew it.
I mean, I see this shirt.
Yeah, look at this shirt.
Albuquerque, time in China, dude.
You walk in with leather jackets sometimes.
You're important like fish scale heroin, dude. Let me call it out.
You know what's funny about this shirt is our shop has a very strict dress code, no bright colors, no green, all black. And I happen to wear this today, and it's obviously now on video.
Yeah.
My staff are not going to be happy with me.
I mean, we could have covered for you. We could have told you we made you wear it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You lost a bet.
Be like, this is No Person's Podcast where you make you wear a shirt we want.
Yeah, dude. Stupid thing to
We
do.
just start doing a new segment. It's like, today's shirt.
Sponsored
Today's shirt is sponsored by
Amazon.
Gap. And it's just like Gap sending us like cease and desist. Just
Yeah.
like, we don't want anything to do with this. Keep us out. Keep my name out your mouth.
I haven't heard a Gap in a long time. That and Old Navy.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
They
shops
still
there.
exist.
Dude, Gap had a little resurgence with Kanye when he did his Yeezy thing.
Yeah.
That was a couple years ago, though.
Yeah.
That's the last time I heard of Gap, too.
Kanye. Yeah, that's before he started saying he hated Jews.
Yeah.
And now look at him.
Yeah, now look at it. I don't know what the fuck
Business
he's
is down.
doing. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Now Drake, business is up.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in the music industry right now.
Yeah.
don't know if
Just
you guys know.
it sounds just as rife with drama as the matcha universe.
Yeah, the matcha.
It sounds dangerous.
The matcha
he's
drama.
he's one of 3 machines outside the.
Jap-
Oh,
Japan.
sorry.
Outside
Damn.
of Japan. Yeah.
She looks like she needs some matcha.
She works with us, so yeah.
So there's one thing I know that I like coffee, but I can't drink it because the caffeine
Yeah.
messes me up. I know there's caffeine in matcha, but
Yeah.
it doesn't affect me the same way coffee
No, it
does.
doesn't.
Why is that?
So L-theanine is an amino acid that's in matcha, and it interferes with how caffeine is absorbed. So when you drink coffee, you have the caffeine in it. That's a vasoconstrictor. So that's why you get your heart palpitations, like you're actually restricting the blood flow. Headaches, sweats, all that stuff, jitters. It's from the restriction of the blood vessels. But L-theanine is a vasodilator. So it basically undoes all of the negative effects of caffeine. So you don't get palpitations, you don't get heart crashes or rises. It retards and slows the absorption rate of the caffeine. So people ask all the time, how much caffeine is in this? It's like, well, I can tell you, but it doesn't really mean much.
The same amount. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean the same thing.
Yeah, it's like a different, might as well not call it caffeine, even though it is. It's different. It gets absorbed differently.
And is that specific to this leaf or to all matcha?
No, that's all tea. But when I say tea, by the way, tea is only one thing. It's only leaves from the Camellia sinensis tree, bush. So, like, herbal teas are not actually technically teas. Those are tisanes. But anything that's a tea that's from Camellia sinensis it does contain L-theanine. But green tea, black tea, all these teas have it, but in very small amounts. Matcha has a lot more of it because, like I was alluding to at the beginning, the shading of the tea bush increases the L-theanine content.
I don't know
So
why.
you traveled all over Asia and like Southeast. Like, where have you been, or where haven't you been in Asia?
I've been to Philippines, Thailand, Japan, China. I guess that's it.
If you're going to a Chinese restaurant, what would you order?
Oh man, zajamian,
Say that again.
mixed noodle.
I was gonna say, would you call me? But I knew it was gonna come out too hard.
Zajamian is like kind of a spicy. Well, different parts of China make it differently, but it's basically just noodles with like sauce on it.
Okay.
It's like a very simple dish.
Is it the equivalent of like angel hair and butter sauce?
Yeah, kind of. It's made out of like a fermented bean sauce and chili with like a little meat in it. It's very standard in like Southwest China.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because, yeah, I mean, it sounds good. I eat Chinese food. I just order the same thing every time.
What do you get?
Don't even want to say it on the
I'm going to
podcast.
say General Tso.
Yeah,
Yeah.
General Tso,
Oh, yeah. Don't judge me, dude. I get it in beef.
Wait, are you for real? General Tso?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't
Well,
that
to be
an-
fair, it does taste delicious.
Yeah. I'm
Isn't
not
that
upset about it.
Isn't that an American
It is,
thing?
yeah.
Right. That's
Yeah, a
not
little
a
bit.
traditional Chinese. I mean, I get
It's like
it
the fortune cookie.
Yeah. Oh, the fortune cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's from
fortune-
San Francisco. It's
Fortune cookie is a killer business move.
You know what the problem is with fortune cookies? They never have fortunes in them anymore. Have you noticed that?
No,
Really?
Mine,
Mine still do.
I'll complain.
Really?
Yeah.
I open
mine
them up
still
and
do.
they like have a quote.
Maybe you're not fortunate.
Oh.
I think that's true.
Yeah, you
Okay,
better
you know
watch
what I'm
it.
talking about.
Okay.
though,
Yeah, I
right?
know what you're talking
They
about.
don't actually have fortunes. It doesn't
That's
tell
true.
you what's going to happen.
That's true.
It is true.
That is
I
true.
think it'd be cool to start a fortune cookie that just like says hurtful things.
That'd be great.
You're fat.
Finish your meal, but the diet starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're sure gonna eat that?
You don't need this. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
So I know that you have a couple of products in the shop. I had this one recently that it tasted very floral.
Yeah.
What was that, and what inspired that?
Yeah. So we have matcha, but we also do a special flavor for every month that's specific to the month. So right now the cherry blossoms are in bloom. So we have cherry blossom like products. So cherry blossom ice cream, cherry blossom cookie, cherry blossom oat foam, and every month it'll be different and be based on whatever's in season in Japan. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I had that recently. It was really good. I was like, damn, this tastes like I'm eating a flower, but in the
Yeah.
best way.
It's real too.
Yeah, because
It's
you're like
actually-
an iguana.
What the fuck does that mean?
Who eats flowers?
Is that a
Nobody.
Guatemalan thing?
Oh, in Guatemalan?
Yeah, yeah,
That's so
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, there's probably a baseball team in Guatemala called the Iguanas.
The iguanas. Guatemalan iguanas. Nah, that's fucked.
Yeah. Look it up after we're done.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
So this season, or at least this month, was cherry blossom. What do you have planned for next month?
Next month is probably going to be hojicha. Hojicha is like a ground green tea powder that's brown. And I'm not joking. In the ice cream machine, we do it's like not the star shape, it's just the round. It'll look like poop.
Mm-hmm.
It'll actually look like a ring of poop. So I'm calling it uchi-chan.
Uh-huh.
It's like a cute way in Japanese to say like little cute shit. And that'll be the special. Like a little shit ice cream.
Dang, dude. How do you say that again?
Uchi-chan. Uchi-chan.
He's gonna have to say it the whole
I
month.
know.
Why am I on blast here?
No,
Shut up.
it's just fun.
Uchi.
No, I'm gonna remember that so I can say it too.
Why do you think I asked him to do it again?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it back.
Yeah, we can play it back and practice.
Yeah, we're gonna make a button out of it.
Yeah.
Unchi-chan.
Unchicha.
Chan is like kind of a cute little like term for like younger person. Uchi is, the soft poop in the spiral shape.
Yeah, he says he doesn't speak any Japanese.
but look
He's
at
over here
him.
uchi-chan on us.
Yeah, right.
To be fair, I did say enough to get me into trouble, but not enough to get out.
You did say that.
That's
So
true.
that disqualifies for that.
Yeah.
Do you because you're into Asian culture, do you subscribe to like any sort of martial arts or like any of that side of the culture?
Okay.
You might have like a samurai sword in your backseat.
No, I don't have any samurai swords
Do you drive
on my
a
wall or
Subaru?
anything like that. I don't drive a Subaru.
Suzuki.
No, I don't. Although I do like the WRX. I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, if you don't, you're uchi-chan.
I don't know. I don't consider myself like super. I don't watch anime. I don't watch Japanese content. I'm not super into a lot of that aspect, but I do love the traditional like side of Japan. So like tea ceremony, Aikido, which is the Japanese martial art. Like all that stuff I like a lot. But yeah, I'm very much like an American with a loud, arrogant personality.
Have you ever been to like a sumo wrestling?
Oh no, man, I want to so much.
Do you practice Aikido?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that martial art. What does that consist of?
I don't know. Actually, I'm not an expert either.
Aikido is, it's sort of like, it's an internal martial art. It's more like Tai Chi maybe in some ways. It's
okay.
not like MMA, but it's a lot of like falling and rolling on the ground.
Interesting. Do you practice that around here? Is there a gym, or do you just?
Yeah, I do it out in Pennsylvania.
Oh,
But it's mostly like wrist locks and throws and stuff. But it's more meditative, I think, than maybe more combat-oriented martial arts.
oh, that's interesting. Have you ever thought of trying out any combat martial arts, any combative martial arts? Or?
No, I'm too soft.
That's fair. Andrew here rolls with people.
Yo,
that's
we
cool.
could say you do need it because we make it hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he came to Evan's gym though, the whole gym would turn into like a matcha tea ceremony.
Probably.
He like they would all eat that stuff.
Yeah,
up.
people would get hooked.
Everyone would go, dude, I only drink this now.
Yeah.
You know, they would all they take everything that comes through that's like that, they get all wrapped up in.
yeah, it's true.
I'm not even kidding. If you could go to a jiu-jitsu gym and convince everybody, you'd have to convince like one key person that matcha would change their game dramatically, and you would sell every single person in there. That's how it works. One person in the gym gets something, and then everybody else has to have it.
New marketing technique.
Yeah.
I've watched it happen.
I've watched it happen.
Yeah, I lost a lot of good men out there.
Oh, damn, Red.
Playing for the Yankees or the Red Sox. You ever see that movie?
No, which one?
Wedding Crashers.
Oh, yeah, well, probably once a long time ago. That's Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson.
That's okay, dude. It's only gonna make you look bad, but you've never seen that.
Dude, I can rewatch it. I can re-experience that.
Not in time for this show.
It's fine, though. By the time it comes out, I'll probably have watched it already.
You have plans for more of these locations? I'm just like, I'm not.
That's a hard break.
It's just like I'm not gonna feed it.
Oh, it's so funny. Anyway.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm opening a space in the back right now. It's not Ooika, but it's a sister business. So that's under construction.
When you say in the back, what do you mean?
You know what I mean?
There's like an underground version of this business behind us?
No, I mean, like if you go down the alley here,
Yeah.
there's another unit in the back.
Okay.
That is on the other side of the building. So I took that over, and right now it's being converted into a restaurant. But as far as like Ooika, the matcha place, yeah, I definitely intend to open more. I'd love to open one in a town close to Lawrence that I won't say yet, but it's contingent on finding a good location. But I'm very
Town
dead set.
close to us right now. I mean, we can make assumptions.
Yeah, does it rhyme with no.
Downtown Trenton.
Oh, really? Oh, dude, that'd be sick.
It would be cool.
Yeah.
It would be cool.
Just convert everybody down there to drink a matcha.
Yeah, dude.
Right
Does
on
it
the
rhyme
river.
I'm going to get my matcha, Holmes.
Yeah. Does it rhyme with Winston?
It may.
That's awesome.
Albert Einstein, he drank matcha.
Yeah, he probably did.
Do you know where Albert Einstein's from?
German? No, I don't know.
Yeah, dude, good for you.
Okay.
I thought it was a trick question.
Yeah, no. That's why when I said it, I was like, German?
All right.
Yeah.
So every time I walk into the shop or someone walks in the shop, you guys greet them. What is it that you're saying?
We're saying irashamase. Means stupid American.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just kidding. It means like welcome, come into our shop, and it's a very like when you go to Japan, everyone says it. Like even at convenience stores, it's very common. And what was cool is when we first started saying it, there was these young Japanese students that came in, and one of our staff was over here and overheard them. And we said irashamase. They leaned over to each other and said in Japanese, "Oh, it's just like home." Which is cool.
That's so cool. Oh. How do you say that? Yiddish?
It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's one of the hard Japanese words, but
He
it's,
thinks you can't do it, dude.
Bro, I speak Spanish.
well, it takes our staff a long time to learn it.
Don't
Spanish.
even bring Spanish into the Japanese
Just saying,
conversation.
dude. I understand different languages.
Don't roll your R's when you try to say it. It's irashaimase.
Irashaimase.
Oh, dang, you got it.
Dude,
Irashaimase.
what the fuck?
Watch
Looked
your
at me like I
language.
couldn't do it, dude.
You got it beautifully.
Yeah.
That was great.
Irashaimase.
Yeah.
Why are you whispering it to me like you're being romantic, dude?
Dude, I love you.
Hello.
Come on in.
Oh. No,
Please come in.
I've been watching a lot of different shows in different languages. Have you heard of Dark? I don't know if you guys watch any Netflix, but
Is that anime?
no, it's a German show about
Albert
like time
Einstein?
travel and stuff. No, it would be, but
No, but I recently watched the 3 Project Theory. Did you watch that?
Three body theory?
Or
No,
3 Body Theory?
3 body problem.
3 Body Problem.
I haven't seen
See,
that.
he got me
no.
out of it. He's got me out of it.
Oh,
3
shit.
Body Problem. Mark.
Good?
It's good, right?
I read the book. I didn't see
Oh,
the
you
Oh,
read
there's
the
a book.
Ooh, are you a book reader?
But I only read the first of the 3 books. So I have no idea like what the resolution is.
Okay. They haven't gotten to the resolution. I think its first book is first season.
Okay. Yeah. Did they cut a boat in half in the show? Am I not supposed to say that? Is that
I don't know.
Spoiler alert. They did cut a boat in half.
Okay, cool. All right. So it is
With nanofiber technology. I said spoiler alert. So anybody that heard that is your fault.
Yeah, I'm fucked now.
but you don't know who cut the boat and why.
What'd you say?
I said, well, no one knows who cut the boat and why.
That's true. Don't say that. Don't say who.
Should I say why?
No, do not do that because you might ruin it for me. But I don't watch it. But yeah, I've been watching all these foreign shows, and I think I definitely want to for real learn another language because I think it's super interesting.
You should perfect Spanish first.
Yeah, I think my Spanish is 85%. I don't think it's all the way there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You speak Spanish?
No.
You have no idea how level of Spanish. You're an 85%, you think?
I think so.
All right.
That was my first language, but I don't speak it on a daily anymore. Like I called my mom yesterday and I talked to her in Spanish, and when I was done, my mouth was tired because I don't speak Spanish that often because it's very busy language. Your tongue's always moving and rolling. And when you speak English, so your tongue does nothing. Yeah. So I can just speak English all day.
Spanish wives must be very satisfied with their husbands.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
The
dude.
repetition
Are you
thing.
saying Americans have lazy tongues?
Yeah, they do.
Maybe that's where the obesity problem started at.
Probably. That's so stupid.
It's our English. The English language is a lazy language, so it just like started in the mouth and just
Spread.
Dude, it's so lazy. When do you ever touch the top of your mouth, the roof of your mouth with your tongue when you're speaking English?
right, you know. I got a tongue, dude.
In Spanish, you like rolling R's and shit. But yeah, I've been picking up on a little bit of German here and there because the show's German, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Anna and I say German things to each other sometimes.
What are some of those things?
Like ich liebe dich, or it's like I love you.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
things like that.
Nice.
Or
Toten.
Toten. Yeah, meinen Kinder trinkt Wasser. That's hard to say, but that's like my kid drinks water. Yeah,
dude.
That shit's hard to say, man. I'm like,
Duolingo over here. Huh?
yeah, I'm trying.
Gilmar sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Yeah, the other show I watched was Physical 100, and I want to learn. I think it's Korean, right? I want to learn that language so bad, but it's so difficult.
I watch Amazon Prime.
Go for it, dude. Learn Korean.
Dude, that's
Go find someone to speak Korean too.
because the thing is with Korean, with English and German, it's you can kind of make the distinctions of when someone's starting to talk and they're done talking.
Yeah.
Because the sentence structure is kind of the same. But with Korean, it just sounds like they're going full speed, and I don't know when they stop and start and say words. So I think that's why it'd be very challenging for me to learn that.
Okay.
But with German, it's clear what they're saying.
You should break up with Anna, find a Korean girl, move to Korea, and then come back.
Why would I do that?
Well, how committed
Learn
to learning
Korean.
are you?
Yeah, I might get into
Do
learning.
you want to learn or not?
Dude, what if Anna learns alongside me? I don't need to break up with Anna.
The only way I see this working is if
Nah, dude, we can do it together. I believe it. I come back with a tea obsession.
We'll see. Next time we talk to Mark, we'll check in on your Korean.
Yeah.
And we'll see if Anna's helping or hurting.
Yeah. That's make or break right there.
Yeah.
Whether we stay together or not.
dude.
Shit, dude.
If
that's
Anna's
nuts.
listening to this podcast, she's probably going to start practicing right now.
Yeah.
If she doesn't care.
Yeah, she doesn't
That's how
care.
you know. You should test your relationships more often.
That's right.
Commit to languages.
Yep, that's right.
Or die.
Or die. Learn or die, bro. That's how it is.
I mean, you'd probably learn a lot better if it was like life dependent.
That's true. It was life or death.
Yeah. You should figure out a way to simulate that by learning Korean. Like, I don't know, run from a bear while listening to Duolingo or something.
That's fucking crazy. That would probably stick with me. If that was the case. Yeah, I should just have someone point a gun at me while I'm learning Duolingo.
Not in New Jersey.
Yeah, not in New Jersey. That's true.
Not in New Jersey.
Got to go over to PA.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
It's safe to point guns at people in PA.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I had a question.
Facts.
I had a question, but we were talking all this Duolingo shit, and I lost it. It's about the business. Damn. Oh, going into this endeavor, do you have a partner or a co-owner, or did you go in on this on your own?
Yeah, originally I had a co-owner, and I bought them out. So now I'm...
Is that recent?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's like a week or so ago.
Holy shit.
So now I'm the only owner. So that's why actually in the Google Maps, it used to say Asian female owned. Now it doesn't.
Dang.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got the badge.
I don't want to get called out on that.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, like, how long would it have been until someone actually caught you?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can identify however I want, but
You could.
that gets a little dicey.
For some people. If you're very confident in it, you can just, just stare them down.
Yeah, pull up, you're in a kimono.
Exactly.
Stuff like that.
Do you own a kimono?
I do.
Yeah.
I have
Hell
two
yeah.
of them.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What do
That's,
you- what-
that's something I want to aspire to.
What are kimonos for? Why do you, what are they, what's the occasion for them?
Other than looking cool?
Yeah, other than
Yeah,
looking cool.
looking cool.
Yeah.
But also, you use them in Japanese tea ceremony.
Oh. So it's like your gi.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why'd you say it like that?
I feel like it's the difference between a tuxedo and overalls.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So it's absolutely nothing like my
Yeah, it's
you just
nothing like your gi.
insulted his
That's
formal attire.
What the fuck? No, that's not what I meant.
You look like you wear barn rags for your ceremony. That's what he said.
No, it's not what I said. Because I know there's a certain attire that people wear for certain things.
Yeah.
And when you're getting your belts, you wear your gis, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're also supposed to train in the gi occasionally, but some people neglect that aspect of the martial arts.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Some might call them lazy.
Oh.
I don't, though.
Yeah, we don't want lazy.
We don't know what I feel about them.
Yeah, we don't know. We'll never know.
Cannon fur. Definitely not.
Yeah, I don't know if I have anything else left to hammer Marc apart about.
Yeah. The one thing is, I know you have an ice cream machine back here. What made you want to start doing ice cream?
I'm American.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
But also, oops, sorry, I've done that twice now.
No, that's fine.
We'll forgive you.
Yeah, the ice cream machine. So the idea here is I want to sell as much matcha in formats that Americans are familiar with.
Smart.
And the reason is, obviously, there's a business interest, but more importantly, the idea of Ooika, the mission statement, which we actually care about, is preserving heritage Japanese tea farms. Like, that's the goal. The goal isn't that I look cool. The goal isn't that we sell bowls of pristine matcha like you get in Japan. The idea is to keep the farms going because the Japanese tea industry in Japan is not doing well. The Japanese are not supporting it. First off, they don't have the population to anymore, and it goes down every year, but also just the young people aren't buying teas. So even though we do sell the very fine formal bowls of matcha here at the shop, most people are just buying matcha lattes and formats of matcha they understand, right, and can enjoy. And that's the same with the ice cream machine, is it makes it a format that Americans can buy it, and every time we sell our matcha lattes or our matcha ice cream, the money is going to buy the tea at the actual heritage tea farms. So that's sort of the idea.
Okay.
I guess we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Your man's trying to do
Yeah.
his job
your
here.
man's trying to do the thing.
Thanks for coming on, Marc.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Sorry about all the distractions.
No.
No, that's fine. If you can't work out a little distractions, your whole life's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be the first issue.
Yeah.
But thanks for sharing your business with us. This is really cool. Definitely something unique to me. I learned a lot, so I appreciate that.
Thank you, Andrew and Gilmar. Appreciate it.
And I'm glad you have ice cream because he's 100% right. I'll never drink the tea, but the ice cream I can get behind.
Yeah, you'll never drink the tea. You gotta try it, dude.
I'll try it
You gotta
someday.
try it.
It's too bad that we're sitting here drinking water at a matcha
Tea,
shop.
it's
but
official.
Yeah.
the whole system is down today. So
No, that's fair.
It's fine. We appreciate it. We'll be back.
Yeah,
Gilmore's
we'll be
coming
back.
in here. He's
I-
like addicted.
Yeah, I try to come
Taking
in here as much
pictures
as
of
I
your
can.
plants and stuff. You're gonna have to start shooing him out the front door with like a broom. Gilmore's got a kimono in his checkout box on Amazon right now.
Yeah, dude.
awesome.
Shut up. Told you that in
Buy
confidence
now.
outside.
Do it.
He
Yeah.
literally like for
prime.
like several weeks. He's like, we got to get over and do a podcast. I'm like, dude, would you matcha alone? Dude?
Nah, man, I love this space.
I'm glad we came. I see why he loves it.
Yeah, I want more people to know about it. So
Thanks, guys.
yeah, of
Cool.
course.
So I appreciate it. This was Andrew, Marc, and Gilmar at Ooika in Lawrenceville, and soon to be other areas in New Jersey. So stay tuned for that. We'll have all the links and stuff like that in the description. And hit the subscribe button, likes, follow us. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you don't know about us, check out the other episodes. Happy hour last Wednesday of the month in Doylestown. Thanks for listening.